Why is everyone listening to shoegaze again? In the early 1990s, I had hair, and music journalists gave a strange name to a new genre of music: shoegaze. Not because of the music itself, but because the musicians seemed to spend most of their time staring down at their effects pedals instead of interacting with the audience. For a while, it looked like shoegaze might become the next big thing. Then, almost as quickly as it appeared, it seemed to disappear, or at least that's what everyone thought. Today, a new generation of listeners is embracing a sound that many believed was left behind decades ago. Artists are gaining millions of streams, concerts are selling out, and social media is filled with songs that sound like they were recorded inside a dream or something. So, how did a genre that was supposedly dead find a second life? To answer that, we need to go back to where it started: the original movement. In the late 80s and early 90s, bands began experimenting with walls of sound, layers of guitars, heavy reverb, vocals that felt less like lyrics and more like another instrument floating inside the mix. Bands like My Bloody Valentine helped define what shoegaze could be. The songs weren't designed to hit you with a catchy chorus. They were designed to create a feeling, a vibe, an atmosphere. But then something changed. As grunge exploded in popularity and Britpop took over the UK charts, shoegaze slowly drifted into the background. Many assumed the genre had simply run its course. They were wrong. So why is it back? The internet changed everything. For years, music fans had to rely on radio stations, magazines, and record stores to discover new music. I used to work in a music store. It was great. Today, an entire generation discovers music through algorithms, through TikTok clips, through YouTube recommendations, playlists. And it turns out shoegaze is perfectly suited to that environment. The genre creates emotion almost instantly. Within seconds, listeners are pulled into a mood that's incredibly powerful in a world where attention spans, they're usually measured in moments. So the new generation. What makes this revival different is that it isn't just nostalgia. Many of the people discovering shoegaze today weren't even born when the original bands were active. Artists like Wisp are introducing the sound to entirely new audiences, and they're doing it without trying to recreate the past. Instead, they're taking the emotional core of shoegaze and blending it with modern production, social media culture, and contemporary influences. The result feels familiar and completely new at the same time. Maybe shoegaze didn't return because people suddenly became interested in the 1990s. Maybe it returned because the world became noisier, faster, or probably way more chaotic. And people started searching for music that felt like an escape. That's how I found it. Music that surrounds you instead of demanding your attention. In that sense, shoegaze didn't come back. The world simply grew into it.